Editor Hooligan here, coming to you at the end of this episode. We had some technical difficulties. Yeah, NVIDIA drivers broke my game, which caused me to change all my settings long story short, we're working with the new recording software, we're working with the new time-lapsing software, and we got our settings set really, really good. I mean, just look behind you. It's crisp. It's clean. Now, that being said, this is kind of an experimental episode, but we still have a lot of fun, some adventures, and let me tell you, the time-lapse at the end is a banger. So if you can't deal with the technical issues and you want to go just watch the time-lapse, please at least do that, because oh my gosh, am I proud of it. Anyways, just know that we get everything set up right. No, I'm done yapping. Let's get to the episode. Well, hello there, you wonderful people. I go by Hooligan, and oh yeah, we about to do some Minecraft. In the last episode, we went pretty ham with it and built this water temple that we are absolutely in love with, and it houses our guardian farm. But that is not all we did. No, we acquired ourselves 64 beacons. We started expanding our farmland right here with some farmhouses and cocoa bean farms and whatnot. And well, it really fills in the area. And then what did we do? Oh, we fought the Ender Dragon 19 more times for a total of 20, opening up all 20 of the end gateways. Now, we have plans for this end island later, but that is not for this episode. So, what are we going to do in this episode? Now, we have a lot of stuff we want to do in this episode, and one of those is adding some new hostile mobs to our prison. Now, which ones we're going to capture in this episode, I'm not really sure yet. We'll play that by ear like we do everything. That's right, we freestyle our episodes and our builds. We also want to add a new exhibit to the museum. It's so close to being done, but we haven't worked on it in quite a while, and I think that would be a little fun adventure to do. Now, besides adventures, what is the main build of this episode going to be? Well, let me show you. What we want to do is transform this valley into something beautiful. We are going to have to terraform it and come up with some really good ideas. But I think I got an idea in my brain. I think it's going to be cool. Now that Editor Hooligan is done yapping, let's get into this episode, and we're excited for these next 1,000 days because we are going to be trying out some new build styles, new color palettes that, well, we don't really use. No, so we're just going to wing it and see how they go. But that's how I like to do. I like to learn and try new things. It's just like adding tools to a toolbox. But before we get going, let's get our brain fired up. And we actually already kind of did that. You'll notice our day counter's at 44 days since we left off on the last one. Let me show you what we did. To get our brain power working, we fire up a segment we lovingly like to call Finish What You Started, Nerd. And we're also multitasking and growing up a bunch of mangrove trees because, well, I'm going to need those for a build later. Now, what this segment is we pick an area of our world that we left undone. And this area definitely needs to be finished. And we're going to be doing this probably at the beginning of every episode of this next 1,000 days. And the reason we chose this one is that gatehouse right there serves no purpose because, well, you could just walk around it. So how is it a gatehouse? How would it stop anybody from getting through? So we just built a retaining wall and a wall with a couple towers. Now, on one side of it, we're going to be building a big wheat field. Now, fields of pretty much any kind really bring worlds together, especially if you're building medieval worlds, just because you would see a lot of farmlands surrounding castles and towns and whatnot. And on this side, we're just going to build a little path that will eventually connect over that river, but that's not what we're doing right now. We are building a little stable, and we're just sticking with the same medieval vibe that we had with the castle keep. Now, one thing I will say, this has very, very little detail, so we're going to have to come in and really put the final touches on it. But as far as the base build, I think it worked out pretty good. I really don't have too many complaints. Oh yeah, that definitely brings this area to life. That is much, much better. Let's slap a little bit of detail in here real quick. These details are pretty simple. We're going to throw down some hay bales, we're going to do a bit of pathing, just little things that really bring the area to life. A couple leaves here and there, we're not going overboard there. Throw down a little bit of bone meal, and well, it's pretty much transformed. Add a little bit of lighting to keep mobs out, and we're good to go. Alright, well, with a bit of detail in it, it's much better now. We're missing one thing though, and that is horsies. And I gotta think, there's probably some horsies right over here somewhere. I mean, it's a big plains. Oop, there's one. Come on, buddy, be my friend. There we go. Let's get you home. I just built you a cool little stable. And you get to be a free roaming horse in here. I'm gonna go find you a friend real quick. I want one more. Hey, buddy, you'll do. This one's stubborn. Ah, there we go. Whoa, really good jump and speed on this guy, but no hearts. Whatever, he's just for decoration anyways. And you, my friend, are gonna go in here. Nope, you stay in there. Why do I feel like he's gonna get out? There, now you stay there. Now, with all that done, I think we can call this whole area right here complete all the way over to the future bridge right here. This right here, that's not for this episode. And the reason we chose this for our startup build is because this secures the south entrance to our main area. The rest of this is naturally fortified by steep mountains, where an invading kingdom or something like that would just not viably be able to use to get into the kingdom. An individual could, but that's not really a big threat to a big population. Now, we will need to add something right here, because this does feel like it could be an entrance. I don't know what I'm going to put right here, though. And this whole area over here is fortified by the Dwarven Citadel. I don't think anybody would be trying to invade over here. And I still need to decorate this. I don't know how many times I've said that. And over to the east is kind of naturally fortified by this river right here and a big hill going up towards the town. Now, that being said, we do have a fishing village right there that it would be vulnerable. So if we do a wall at any point, it'll be from there over to there. But I'm undecided about what I'm going to be putting right here, or if anything. And over here to the west, on the road going over to our zoo, we're going to be putting another little gatehouse right here. Now, it's not going to be anywhere near the size or scale of the Iron Keep over there. It's just going to be a gatehouse. And that'll secure off the west area from the rest of the town and big builds over here. And as far as the Nordic Kingdom, the Nordic Kingdom over here is an entirely different society than our main towns and builds from over there. Now, they do trade back and forth, but they don't need to be connected or walled off or anything like that, because they are already fortified on their little port right here and the mountains surrounding it. Same thing with our Druidic nation over here. They don't do much except occasionally trade with the main town. They are secluded, and that's the way they want it. And over here at our project for the episode, we're going to be doing one more wall, the North Gatehouse, from probably right there along this trench, which will fill with water or something. This actually leads down to a deep dark. We need to get one more thing from the deep dark, though. Anyways, distractions, all the way up to there, and that'll secure the north entrance. And then the entire main area will be quote-unquote fortified, or at least in my thinking. That's what my lore says. And as far as what we want to build right here, we are thinking we want to try our hands at a Japanese-inspired city, with probably a big Japanese castle right here, houses, whatnot, reflecting ponds, all kinds of cool stuff. Is that set in stone? No, but that's probably what's going to happen. And after this area is done, this area and this area, which might be a lot of trees, honestly, with maybe like one build right here, then we are completely done with all our starter real estate. We'll be out, and we will be forced to move to new areas to build new stuff with new ideas. Stupid rain always messing up my stupid footage. Whatever. We have a city to build. We have mobs to capture. We have a museum to work on. But you know what? Before we do the city or the mobs, I need some relaxing time. So I got my super broom. That's right. That's what I called it. And we marked a trial ruin quite a long time ago, like episode 7 or something, up to the north. And I want to go excavate it just to see how lucky we get. Yeah, there it is. What kind of threats do we have around here? Doesn't look like too much. Let's secure a couple caves and get to work. Yep, see, there's the threat. I don't see too much else. Let's get digging. One of my favorite things to do in this game. We want to keep this trial ruin completely intact in case we want to make a decorative dig site out of it later. So we dig out the main pillar. We need to figure out which way the road goes. That way we know how much more we have to dig out to expose the entire trial ruin. Now, unfortunately, the road goes the way we didn't really want it to go. Alright, well, we got the start of our ruin going, and it looks like, unfortunately, it's going to go that way into the higher terrain, which means a lot more digging if I want to be able to see anything. But whatever, we got our beacon, shouldn't be that bad, and our collectible game is actually going really good. We need one more armor trim, and then that's done. Our sherds are going pretty good, and then we need a music disc. If we get lucky, we might get all the collectibles from this ruin. And I think I just jinxed myself by saying that. Oh, let's get back to it, but one thing we do have to note is we have some open caves down here. Now, right now they're not a threat. A couple skeletons shooting at me, no big deal. But if I fall down into a bunch of creepers, that could be bad. I gotta be careful of that. Jumping right back on our grind, we get to digging and digging and digging. And the spoiler alert, we did jinx ourselves a little bit. We come out really good on a lot of the collectibles. We do not get them all. But whatever, we were dedicated to just completely excavating this trial ruin, and that's what we do. And it actually looks pretty cool when it's done. I think we might make something decorative out of it later. I'm not sure yet, though. Our trial ruin is excavated, and we did pretty good. Yeah, I mean, we still need the sherds, but other than that, we are set. Now, I got my shaders on because I've been playing around with the settings on them. I wanted to sharpen up the images, but I didn't want all the bright lights and whatnot. And I think I got them set pretty good now. I kind of want to just leave them on for a little bit and get your guys' feedback of what you think. Do you like them on? Do you like them off? I don't know. One thing's for sure. We did not complete our mission. No. So we are going to go try to find another one of these, and we are not going to excavate it. We are just going to smash and grab. As far as all this stuff we dug, we're just going to leave it all here. Come back and get it later. And our tools are very, very broken. We're going to need to fix that. Well, we got all these boxes unloading. Let's grab some fresh ones and go repair our tools. And to do that, we're going to our gold farm. Man, the nether looks clean with these settings. Yeah, no more stupid fog. That's part of the reason why I'm trying out these shaders. The new fog they added in like 1.21.5 is so stupid and annoying. Anyways, we are going to be repairing our tools at our gold farm. Technically, this thing should not work. I built it way before they nerfed it, and, well, I refuse to give it up. So I do have a mod that just disables their little nerf. Let's go repair all this. Now, there will be no game audio when we're using this farm. I even turn it off whenever I'm not recording, because it will destroy your eardrums, like absolutely just annihilate them. Between the minecarts and the piglins, it is just a screaming, horrific storm of noise. Well, with tools repaired, let's see if we can't go find another trial ruin and finish our mission. Well, we found one, but it's mostly underwater. Okay. Kind of dangerous with the dark oak forest right there. I think we do it. Taking a break from our shader experiment, we are going to get that figured out by the end of this episode, I promise you. But we are like a dog with a bone about these collectibles from the trial ruin. We are not going to let it go. We want all of them. And for the most part, spoiler alert, we pretty much get them. You'll see in a minute. But we end up doing 4 trial ruins in total. Now, that being said, there's only so much I can say about trial ruins. So instead, I'm going to share some words of wisdom I've been collecting from my 4-year-old. Would Mario hug me if he was real? What if our house was made of metal and the grass opened up? Could a Spinosaurus beat a robot? Only Mario can eat mushrooms. It's thunderstorming, Dad. Is there gonna be a tomato? My new shoes make me faster than Sonic. I don't like potatoes. I want fries. Daddy, my pants won't flush. How you like me now, flower? You're dead to the world. And then he proceeds to stomp a bunch of flowers. Yeah, anyways, I know there's a couple parents in the audience, and I figured you might get a kick out of that. And even if you're not a parent, kids are hilarious. But anyways, back to the game, we do end up getting pretty much all the stuff we want, except for one single sherd. Alright, well, we've burned up a lot of days doing this, but we came out okay. We're only missing the one sherd, and while I wanted 5 of each so I can display them as full pots and still have a sherd to put in an item frame, This is going to be against a wall anyway, so you're not going to see the back of it. So we'll just pretend we have 5 of this one, or maybe I'll get it later. I don't know. All I know is that we need to move on. So let's collect up this beacon and go on home. Also, we went way up that way, did a trial ruin, did 2 trial ruins way that way. This one right here is close to all our stuff, and I didn't even know it was here. Like seriously, our project for the episode, right there. Nature Empire, right there. Trial ruin, right there. Yeah, whatever. Alright, so we got all our pots ready to go in the museum. And as far as our armor trims, we don't have to duplicate any of them. We got way more than we needed. I wish I would have got less of these and more of the sherds, honestly. I could duplicate those. And normally I would go trade with villagers to get our armor, but there's no need to. We're very diamond rich. All the resource gathering we've been doing, we got plenty of diamonds. The only other thing I could think of that we could do with them is a diamond pyramid. Yeah, diamond beacon. But if I was going to flex, I'd go netherite. I might do that. 10,000 day goal? I don't know. We got our armor, our colors, and our trim. Let's put them together and go put this museum piece in. I totally thought you could use coal for this. You cannot, so we'll do quartz. We're ready to go. Let's go put all this hard work on display. This will go right here, and every pot will get the full pot and the sherd. And nobody's looking back here. And now for the armor. We are very happy with this outcome. And unlike the rest of the armor trims, I don't want to put these in glass. This is the one exhibit that won't be encased in glass. Why? I don't know. I just don't want to. Our museum is almost totally complete. Now, these 3 armor trims here we actually already have. And the reason we haven't displayed them is they still need other items to go with them. For instance, the Ward and the Silence, we need to display the music disc, which we already have, the Echo Sherd, and the completed recovery compass that we can never use. And we need to go back to the Deep Dark for that. Over here is the rib armor trim, and we still need to make a banner with the Wither Skeleton skull to go with that. Speaking of Wither Skeletons, the only other things we need to do is we need to get all 4 of the mob heads, and we need to get all the discs for the music room, which is going to go right here. Like I said before in another episode, with a possible expansion right here outwards if Minecraft adds some new collectibles. After that, we're done. Yeah, we're done. But I'm done with the museum for right now. But tell me it is not glorious. Oh, I love it. And the area around the museum is wonderful too. And a little bit of lore behind this area right here is that house right there is the house of the collector. He owns this whole area, that factory up there with, well, several farms in it. There's more going in it. And the museum. And this is his little secluded area where he just collects and, well, lives pretty well. We are done with the museum for the episode. Let's go collect some mobs. And then we got a whole lot of building to do. I know, this one's way different than the last episode, but it's what my brain wanted to do. Now, I said I wanted to get some mobs in this prison, and I think I might have a big brain idea of how we can get a bunch of them quickly, or at least potentially. So it's experiment time again. Our prison is still very much still under construction. So far, we have zombie Gen Pop, we have a witch, we have a Enderman who's very angry at us still. We have a zombie Piglin Gen Pop. And over here, we have the actual cell block area, with many of these mobs being able to spawn just normally in the overworld. So here's my idea. One of these cells here, in the high security wing, we want to get a creeper to spawn inside of it. And then we'll hit it with a lightning bolt and turn it into a charged creeper. We don't really care which one, as long as it's in one of these. And we don't care about the order of any of these cells, what spawns in them. So, theoretically, we whip up some temporary cells to where stuff can spawn and fly way up in the air, come back down, and see if anything spawns in the cells. Then we can name tag them and do what we need to do. Also, I think if mobs can spawn inside of powdered snow, so that could be a way we get our stray. And are drowned? Well, we get a zombie to spawn on one of these, we'll just put a bunch of water in there. Either way, though, I think this could get us a whole bunch of mobs really quick. Alright, now we close up all those back windows and fly away and come back, and we might have some mobs in here. Alright, experiment time. That did not work. This is tinted glass, right? Alright, well, maybe flying's not the answer. Let me go get some scaffolding and let's pill her up. Let's give it a second, let things spawn. Alright, now let's go check. Hey, it worked. What do we got? We got one skeleton, a creeper and a witch that we don't want there. More skeleton, lots of creepers. Alright, well, we'll keep our two skeletons. One will be a skeleton, one will be a stray. We'll have to remember the one on the right is a stray. Alright, what else can we get? Alright, board should be reset. Let's try again. Another skelly, but we don't need him. We will take one if it's a spider jockey. Ooh, a zombie. This will be our drowned. And I want to get these two transforming. Shiver, buddy. Shiver. Come on. Ah, there you go. And now it's your turn, my friend. Ah, see? Good job. There you go. Welcome to your new home. So far, so good. I'm still going to try again, though. Oh, we finally got a spider. All right, cool. Another one down. Ooh, our future charged creeper right there. All right, well, once this guy's zip-zapped, he's ready to go. All right, so we got 4 new mobs in our cell block area. And once we decorate this up, it's going to look pretty cool. But we're not doing that until all the mobs are in. And I have an idea. Well, 1, I want to see if I can't give this guy an axe and see if he drops that block. 2, I'm going to go get some chickens. Yep, chickens again. And I'm going to put a chicken in each one of these last remaining cells. And the reason I want to do that is, well, in Java Edition, if a baby zombie spawns, it can spawn on a chicken. Now, if there's a chicken nearby, it has an additional 5% to spawn as a chicken jockey. So I'm going to try a couple more times, as we got plenty of days left to do our build. Alright, so we wasted almost 10 days trying to get a chicken jockey to spawn. Now, what we did is we name tagged all these chickens. And when a chicken jockey tries to spawn, it also has a chance to spawn on an existing chicken. So we're just going to leave this alone, and passively, at some point down the line when we're in the area, we'll get a chicken jockey. But I've wasted way too much time already. I need to go do something else. And besides that, the only naturally spawning mob that we need is a spider jockey. But we're not ready for that anyways, because we need to make a special cell so the spider doesn't climb up and kill the jockey. But I do want to get a couple non-normal spawning mobs in here. I'm thinking we're going to get a couple zoglins right over there. Well, I mean, they're going to go over there. We're going to get them over there. And we should be able to get these right off of our hub. Because I have not spawn-proofed a lot of these roads yet. Alright, so this right here is a crimson forest. We should be able to get something to spawn. Ooh, there's one. And a baby. Will the baby zonglid grow up? Oh, we lost the mama. Yeah, if I remember right, they're scared of nether portals. Let's get the mama secured first. I'm starting to think they can't go in boats. Okay, well, I think he's secured. I'm gonna go get the baby. Let's probably name tag him real quick, though. I wonder if the baby can ride in a boat. Stop it, you stupid baby, you're gonna get killed. Ah, the baby can ride in a boat. Okay, cool. Alright, well, getting the little guy over there should be pretty easy. You stay here, dude. I'm gonna go get your mama. Alright, so we should be able to release this little guy, because he can't really hurt me. And now we gotta carefully bring his mama over this way and not miss that jump. And I think the safest way is probably just to bring him down here through the market and over there. We don't want him to get him near Snowflake or Dave. Alright, cool. We got our baby Zoglin and our mama Zoglin. How do I know it's a mama? I don't. That's just what I say. And that is 6 new mobs for the prison. Well, once we hit that creeper with lightning. I think we're done with that for right now. That's a pretty good haul. It's time to actually go build. Yeah, that's what we need to do. Let's get this canvas set up. Our tools are looking pretty good. I'm not worried about that guy. I got 2 extra shovels. And we got lots of boxes. Most of these trees are going bye-bye. Now, we have spent a lot of time in this episode just kind of goofing off and having fun. At least it was fun for me. I hope it was fun for you guys. Now it's time to actually put in some work. So we have to clear out all these trees to get our canvas ready to start building. And, well, we're building another castle. Yeah, but this one's going to be a very, very different castle. But after this, we'll have 3 of them. 3 castles, just casually, you know. Alright, so we got the main base idea for our structure set up, and we are going to go with a Japanese-inspired castle. And it's going to be pretty tall. And as far as this mountain right here, we're going to terraform that back to make it look natural. We just needed to clear the area out so we can get an idea of our shape. Now, down here, we're thinking like a little pond and a path coming down here to the rest of the city. Well, let's get this castle going, and it should snowball into an effect that gives us an idea of how we want to do the rest of this. As we were researching castles in Japan, we got our inspiration from the Himeji Castle, which is obviously in Japan. Now, we were not trying to copy the architecture. We just wanted to get some basic ideas of what a medieval castle would look like. Now, we're going with whitewashed walls, dark oak trim, and mostly deep slate roofing. And this is going to be a 4-tier castle, each one stepping up and inwards. And each layer, we wanted to have a different design for that layer, just so it doesn't look so square, even though it is a bunch of squares put on top of each other. Now, once it's all put together, it's going to come out really, really cool. Now, bear in mind, there are no details in this thing whatsoever right now. We're going to do that at the very, very end. And, well, the base design actually comes out pretty cool, and I'm happy. We'll get back to the build in a second. We got ourselves a thunderstorm, which means we can go get our charged creeper. Alright, I think he's safely in there. And there he is. Oh, we're going to have to be really, really careful closing this in. Hey, the Enderman's finally not mad at me. Huh, I wonder what changed that. Alright, he's secured. Probably the most dangerous thing in the whole prison right now. And still no chicken jockey. Let's get back to building. So from this little bit of a distance, our castle shaping looks pretty cool. From over there, it looks even cooler. Up close, it needs some detail. And the detail should shine through even from a distance too. So we need to slap a little bit of detail in this and then start sprawling this down into a city. Oh yeah, it's going to be awesome. Now, I will say, the interiors are going to be completely undone. But this one should be pretty cool because Japanese castles, historically, didn't really have a whole lot of clutter or anything inside of them. They were functional rooms, modular rooms actually used for multiple things. And only a few rooms actually had like housing and things like that. Some housed a little bit of weaponry, some housed soldiers. But the castles themselves weren't grand, luxurious play areas, if you will. No. They were functional for war. So this interior should be pretty fun to do. All right, we got our detailing boxes. Let's do this. Let's finish this episode off strong by turning our keep into an actual castle with a super duper speedy time lapse. Now, all the leaves and glow lichen we're putting on this thing, we quickly realize it does not work. We come back and fix that in just a little bit. But right now, we're setting up our planning phase. And that includes setting up a foundation. We're going to have a courtyard, a gatehouse, and several other functional buildings within the courtyard. But anyways, let's get to it. Our Shogun castle is complete, for the most part, and oh my gosh, do we love it. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. Got our little entrance right here to a cute little courtyard, and this courtyard has 3 buildings. This one right here is the dojo, and it's minimalist. All of these buildings are going to be minimalist, because that's historically what would be in a Japanese castle. And this building right here is the mess hall. And I took a unique approach, I think. I didn't like any of the other blocks I tried to make tables with, so I used beds to simulate the tables. Now, I wish they were a different color, but if you make a bed a different color, the pillow just still stays white, so it wouldn't make sense. And just some little seating mats to eat at. And this little building right here is the kitchen. Oh, just cute and cozy. I love it. I love it. I really like this idea right here. Little garden, just because. And this leads up to the actual keep, with a kind of weird little tower right here. I don't know about that right there. The rest of it's fine, but that's suspect. And as far as the keep, it is not done. No, I told you it wasn't going to be done on this one. It's actually the starter build for our next episode. But before we call this one, done, I want to talk to you about one more thing. You might be noticing something. All our edges are nice and crisp and clean. Also, you might be noticing there's no fog. Well, I decided, as far as shaders go, that I did not want to use them. However, I found a shader pack, quote unquote, that was just for anti-aliasing. And it stops the ripple effects from certain distant objects, or at least reduces them, and just makes everything look so clean. Bonus, it eliminates the fog. I hate the fog. I mean, just look how clean. Look how clean. And bonus, look down here. The nether no longer sucks. Yeah, I know, we were here earlier, and while it was cooler earlier, it's even cooler now. Look, we can see our farm up there, we can see our portals, our roads. Oh yeah, we're keeping these settings. And the castle from a distance is amazing. Now, just imagine a city surrounding it. Oh yeah, that's not this episode though. That's next episode. What is that pillager doing back there? Is he just dying in a tree? Whatever. Anyways, we got to get to working on the next episode. But one last technical thing that I think somebody out there might want to know is, you might notice in the time-lapse, there was no flashing skies or stupid rain. Well, that's because I'm now using flashback mod instead of replay mod. Well, because I can turn those things off in my playbacks. Yeah, which means you don't have to look at a strobe light on the screen. That does not mean it does not rain or does not turn night. It still does, just in the replay, you don't see it. Anyways, hopefully somebody enjoyed that technical crap, or the build, I don't know. But I'm done. Yeah, I gotta go start working on the next one. I truly hope everybody has a lovely day, and well, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Later, dudes.